Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. My name is Joe Davich. I'm the Executive Director of the Georgia Center for the Book, and we would like to welcome you to our continuing series of story times this week. As you may know, the Decatur Arts Festival was canceled this year due to the global pandemic, and every year we feature works by Georgia authors and illustrators, as well as from around the South, at what is called the Gallery Show during Arts Festival Week. Unfortunately, that did not happen, so we decided that we would like to go ahead and continue to feature these authors and illustrators in a week-long series of story times and live drawings. This afternoon, we have Dr. Melissa Gracious, and she is going to share with you her new book and a little bit of tips on how to create your own story. Melissa?
Hi, thank you so much. My name is Dr. Melissa Gracious, and I am the author of Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors, a book for our times right now. I am also the author of Serafina Does Everything. But what I would love to do today is to read to you Captain Corona, because I put a team together and we did that book a little bit different. Well, actually a lot different. So I think that you'll enjoy seeing how it's not your traditional book, because these are not your traditional times, are they? But I will read the book to you, and then I'm going to tell you how we put it together. And more importantly, if you feel like you have a story in you, which a lot of people do, I'm going to give you some tools and some tips that you can make your own story, and you can make your own story movie like the one that I'm going to show you right now. So please allow me to present Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors. Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors, written by Melissa Gracious, illustrated by Brittany Curry. When I was a child, a wise man named Mr. Rogers taught me to look for the helpers when I saw scary things on the news. So I wrote Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors to help you do the same. Be well, Melissa. Dedicated to people who must make unpopular decisions for the greater good. Hey kids, my name is Captain Corona and I'm here to help. It's a scary time right now. Every time I turn on the TV or look at my phone, there is more news about COVID-19. Most people call it coronavirus. Schools are closing, events are shutting down all over the world, and we have been told to stay away from each other. And scariest of all, some people are getting sick. A few people are dying. You and your family may feel frustrated and scared right now. That's okay, I do too. One way I make myself feel better is to learn. People can catch germs from each other and get each other sick. Germs are tiny, tiny things that can float around in the air or land on surfaces we touch and make us sick if they get into our bodies. Some of these germs are called viruses. COVID-19 is the name of one of those viruses. You may also hear people call it a coronavirus. Viruses spread when sick people cough or sneeze near other people or onto things that other people touch. And when people touch their faces, the virus can get inside their bodies. Some people will not catch the virus at all. Most people who catch coronavirus will get completely better, but a few people can get much sicker, and some of them will die. That can feel scary. It's okay to be scared. The good news is that there are lots of things that every person can do to help so that fewer people catch the virus. If fewer people get the virus, fewer people get sick. If fewer people get sick, fewer people will die. That's why helping is so important, and everyone needs to help. If we each help a little, then we will all help the world. Come with me, kids. Let me show you some of the helpers. It makes me feel better to know that so many people are helping. Let's meet 19 of the COVID Warriors. The first warriors are the people in your own family. People who love you are taking good care to make sure that you stay healthy. You may see them keeping your home super clean, giving you a squirt of hand sanitizer, and asking you to wash your hands a lot. They are watching the news, talking to your teachers, and staying home. Families are buying groceries and lots of toilet paper. COVID-19 doesn't usually cause tummy troubles, so the toilet paper thing is very silly. Families support each other. If you are scared, talk to them and they can help you understand. The best gift you can give your family right now is to be patient, kind, and helpful. Families are COVID warriors. Wow, look at all these doctors, nurses, respiratory therapists, technicians, and everyone involved in finding and helping people who have COVID-19. They are so smart that they can use the right medicines to help sick people feel better. They are caring and comforting to family members who are scared for their loved ones. They wear gowns and masks and gloves so that people who are not sick can stay healthy. These people are brave. They are helpers. They are warriors. Let's take a moment to appreciate all the medical workers in our hospitals and clinics. Healthcare workers are COVID warriors. Did you know that viruses can be killed? It doesn't take a super laser destroyer ray to do it either. It takes cleaners. Do you know who carries these virus-killing weapons every day at work? The custodians and cleaning staff at your hospitals, schools, stores, and other buildings you visit. They are spraying and scrubbing and sweeping and vacuuming away the dirt and germs. The virus doesn't stand a chance against their powers of cleaning. Custodians are COVID warriors. Because the COVID-19 virus is so small that it can only be seen with a microscope, scientists are working day and night to understand it better. With more understanding of how this new virus works, we can fight it. Scientists are making the tests that can help us know whether someone has coronavirus or another illness like the flu or just a cold. They are also working on making a vaccine to prevent people from getting COVID-19 in the future. Scientists are using their microscopes, test tubes, and other super cool equipment to keep more people from getting sick. They are also working to help sick people get well faster. Scientists are COVID warriors. When someone has an emergency, there is a group of people who come quickly to help. Because they are usually the first helpers to arrive, they are called first responders. They arrive in ambulances, police cars, or even fire trucks when you need them. These first responders take sick people to the hospital for medical care. They know how to make upset people feel safe and calm. First responders are COVID warriors. The governors, members of Congress, mayors, and all elected officials are paying a lot of attention every minute to what the virus is doing in our country and around the world. They are talking with experts and making important decisions that impact thousands, millions, or even billions of people. They want to keep us safe. When we vote for our government leaders, we are counting on them to make the best decisions they possibly can. When you turn 18 years old, remember how important it is to vote for your government leaders. The people you vote for are there to protect you. Government leaders are COVID warriors. Your school principal and the leaders of your school district are making sure that children at every school are as safe as they can be. They are talking to the teachers, speaking with worried parents, and making important choices about whether students should be taught in school or at home for a while. School leaders are brave and smart and do the best they can to make difficult decisions. School leaders are COVID warriors. Teachers are warriors too. They love to teach you and they want you to be healthy. They are planning lessons that you can do at home. Your teachers care about you so much and can't wait to see you back in their classrooms. Teachers are COVID warriors. Journalists learn about current events and tell people what they learn in newspapers and magazines and on television, radio, the internet, and podcasts. Their job is to help us know what the facts are and what is not true. Thank you to the journalists who are helping us stay calm and informed. Journalists are COVID warriors. Isn't it fun to go to a concert, a play, or a parade? There are people whose job it is to plan those events so that they are fun for everybody. Cool job, huh? Right now, event planners must do a difficult thing, and they must cancel most of these events. These are events that lots of people have worked hard to plan, and many people were excited to go to them. They are heroes for making sure we don't get too close to each other and accidentally spread the virus. Event planners are COVID warriors. I like to travel. As you can tell from my cape, I usually fly. The rest of you probably use airplanes, trains, buses, or subways. It takes a lot of people to make sure that they run on time and safely. Because of this coronavirus, we cannot travel as often as we used to. Thank you to the travel workers who are being kind to the angry and worried customers they serve. We understand that travel workers are scared too, and they still help us change our travel plans when we need to. Travel workers are COVID warriors. Pets are COVID warriors too. What? How can my dog keep me safe? Pets are excellent at making sure we follow our normal routines of feeding them, walking them, and giving them baths. Our routines help us feel calmer and more in control. Hug your dog or cat or bunny or turtle today. It will make you feel better. Don't hug your fish though. People who volunteer and work at homeless shelters are everyday heroes, but are extra special helpers right now. Keeping hands and clothes clean isn't easy for people who are homeless. They need more help than ever. Volunteers and staff at homeless shelters are helping provide them with clean water and soap to wash their hands, get medical help, and stay healthy. Homeless shelter workers are COVID warriors. Religious leaders like pastors, rabbis, priests, and imams love the people with whom they worship. They want to provide a safe place for people to come together in fellowship. But with this coronavirus, worshiping together in big groups can spread the virus more quickly. So our religious leaders are choosing to pray for us and encourage us to pray for each other. They are helping us find peace and comfort even when we are worried. Some of them are even putting their services on video so that people can worship and pray together from their own houses. Religious leaders are COVID warriors. We may think of business leaders as people who do important things while wearing suits and carrying briefcases, but the leaders of companies have lots of hard decisions to make since this coronavirus is spreading around so quickly. They want to take care of their employees and serve their customers. In most cases, they cannot just shut the business down because there are people who need what their business provides, like gas and food, and their employees need money to pay rent and take care of their families. Business leaders are doing extraordinary things to help employees work from home where they are safe and protecting those who still need to come to the office. It's a tough job and we appreciate them and the important decisions they make. Business leaders are COVID warriors. My mom went to a store the other day to buy some supplies for us to have at home. She said that the store was filled with nervous people. She told me how kind the store clerks were. They restocked the shelves and cleaned the store over and over as fast as they could. They asked her if she needed help finding anything. One worker even told her to be well as mom left the store. Store clerks are COVID warriors. We all have to eat, right? And there's only so much food you can store in your house. Lots of people bring food to our houses or prepare it in restaurants. They must be extra careful to keep our food safe and virus-free. They are spending extra time washing their hands and clothes and disinfecting. That means really cleaning all the surfaces in their kitchens, restaurants, and delivery cars. Food workers are COVID warriors. Ding dong, the doorbell rings. It is a letter carrier or delivery person with a box of things that your family ordered online. I know that my dad ordered some hand sanitizer and antiviral wipes. Boy, was he relieved when the box arrived at our doorstep, especially now when we need to keep our distance from other people who might be sick. Getting the things we need delivered to our houses is more important than ever. We depend on delivery vans and truckers to make sure that the things we need make it from the ships and warehouses to our homes and stores. Delivery people are COVID warriors. And now we are down to the most important COVID warrior of all, you. Yes, coronavirus is a worldwide problem, but you are an important fighter in this battle. There are so many things you can do to help. Here are a few. Cough and sneeze into your elbow or a tissue. Try not to touch your face. Wash your hands after going to the bathroom, blowing your nose or sneezing. Help keep things that people touch a lot extra clean, like doorknobs, faucets, and countertops. If you feel scared, tell an adult so you can feel better. And don't bully any person or group of people about the virus. Don't blame people for getting sick. If you feel sick, tell an adult and follow their instructions. You are a COVID warrior. Look at all these COVID warriors. We are all in this together. You may download this book for free at the link below, but please stick around for a moment because I would love to tell you how this book video was constructed and how you can use the same techniques to tell your own story. So what did you think of Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors? I hope you enjoyed it. It was a joy to create for you. But I'll bet that you have a story within you as well. And I want to walk you through the process of telling a story. Captain Corona did not appear in a book format. It appeared in the movie that you saw and also on a PDF. And the team, we gave it away for free to anyone who wanted it. So let me talk to you about the process of a story creation. Maybe inspire you to create your own story and give you a few tips and tricks that if you want to make a cool movie like the one that I just showed you, how you can do that. At the end, I'll even have some downloadables so that your parents, grandparents, teachers, whomever can help you use technology to tell your story. Now, first of all, a story comes from inspiration. And inspiration for me, for Captain Corona, started when it was March 13th, and I was shopping at Walmart. So the part of Captain Corona where it talked about my mom was shopping in the store, that was actual, that was real from my experience. And that store clerk did tell me to be well. And this was March 13th, and I was scared, and that made me feel wonderful. And as I left that store, after that store clerk told me to be well, it occurred to me something that I heard as a child said by Mr. Rogers. When I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. So between that store clerk at Walmart and thinking about Mr. Rogers, I thought, I believe I have a story in me to tell. Do you have a story in you to tell? A story that maybe only you can tell? Well, here's how to do it. One thing I recommend doing is constructing your story, thinking about it having a beginning, some sort of event that happens, a middle, what's called the climax, which is the really big turning point, the most exciting part of the story, and then a nice ending. You can follow a story structure like this one and write a manuscript. A manuscript is just a fancy word for putting a story down on paper. And this was my manuscript for Captain Corona. And I even went ahead and broke it down by pages because I knew I wanted to highlight 19 helpers. Now, I bet you know why I chose 19 helpers, because it's called COVID-19. So I wanted to take that number and really think about 19 helpers. So I wrote this manuscript. So that's the first step. You have inspiration, then you think about the construction of your story, and then you write your manuscript. Once you have your manuscript written, if you want it to be a storybook, like with illustrations and pictures in it, you gotta find the illustrations. Now, the person who illustrated Captain Corona, she's brilliant, and her name is Brittany Curry, as you can see right here on the front page. She is an artist, and she was so dedicated to this project that she wanted to help out. So Brittany Curry is the one that did my illustrations, but you may be able to find illustrations on the web. Here's a place called Pixabay. Pixabay. And Pixabay has a special section just for free illustrations. Now, moms, dads, and teachers, make sure you check this box that says Safe Search so that the illustrations that come up are ones that you would want to see. And let's say I wanted to write a book about dogs. I could search for dogs and it would come up with lots of dog illustrations. If I wanted to write a book about cats, I could search for cats and look at all the fun cat illustrations that I could download and maybe put into my book. But like I said, there are multiple ways to make a book. This is the page where I and my team published Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors. We allowed people to go to this button and download the book for free because we wanted people to have it. And what was really cool, if you've ever heard of People magazine, they thought the book was awesome too, and they put it on their website. Who'd have thunk it? That was exciting. And then what we wanted to do is we wanted it to be more than a book. Not that a book is bad, but we wanted to be able to reach kids and adults in lots of different ways. So we made the Captain Corona movie. You just saw me read it. And I know that was, well, I know it was fine, but I'll tell you, we had a professional voice actor read it named Akil, and he,
Captain Corona
look at this,
and the 19 COVID Warriors, written by Melissa Gracious, illustrated by Brittany Curry, and read for you by Akil Jackson.
Wasn't he wonderful? What a voice. So Akil Jackson read the book for us. And we put that on YouTube, and it's got thousands and thousands and thousands of views right now, which is great. So let's get back to you. You have inspiration, maybe like Mr. Rogers, like I did. Maybe you've written a manuscript. Maybe even you have found some illustrations. Now what do? Well, there's two options here that you'll need to get a grown-up to help you with. That's okay. Grown-ups can be useful from time to time. We really can. The first thing is if you want to make a book that can be printed out. Look, here's Captain Corona, all printed out, pretty pages in a binder. So this was made using something called Microsoft Publisher, where you can put your text in there and drag it around wherever you want it. You can put your illustrations in there and drag them around wherever you want them, and you can construct, you can make your book from page 1 all the way down to the very last spread, and even the final pages themselves, and all the pages in between. This is done, again, in a program called Microsoft Publisher. And then what happens is you save this publisher as something called a PDF. And you can share the PDF with your friends and your teachers and people you love, and you'll say, look, here's the book that I wrote. And that's cool. Another thing you could do, if you liked the animated version of Captain Corona that I just read you, is you can go to PowerPoint. Yes, in PowerPoint, it's a similar process where you put all of your text, and you can put your text box, you move it around as you want to, you put all the pictures that you want to in there, and then you get a grown-up to help you with what are called animations. Those are the things that make things on the page move, coming in and out and around and up and down and flashing, as you saw when I was reading before. So using things on PowerPoint called animations, you can bring your book to life. And you can add what are called transitions, which is this page turning type effect that you get from going from one PowerPoint slide to another. So with a little work, well, it's a project, but I'll tell you it's worth it. And then at the very end, you can turn your PowerPoint into a movie. And after you've turned it into a movie, you can either read it like I did, or you can use something like Zoom, which is the program we're on right now. I'm sure you've heard of Zoom. Everybody's heard of Zoom by now. It's how a lot of our teachers are teaching us. So you can actually record yourself reading your very own animated movie book. That's what we'll call it, animated movie book that you wrote and you found illustrations for, and you and your grown-ups in your life helped you animate. And then you can record it and put it on YouTube if you want, or just send it to friends and family. What is important, friends, is to tell your story. I needed to tell the Captain Corona story. I was really, really scared on March 13th when I got inspired to write it. And writing Captain Corona helped me feel better. It helped me feel like I was doing something helpful for myself and for my family and for other people. And your stories can do that too. Your stories are so important. You need to tell them to other people. Stories have been told for thousands of years. That's how we remember stuff, is by telling our stories. So whether you tell your story just by making it up and speaking it aloud to the people who will listen to you, whether you make a manuscript and put it in Microsoft Publisher with illustrations, or if you want to go the whole route and make a movie book and you put it in PowerPoint with animations and make it into a movie, I hope that you will feel inspired to look deep inside your heart and ask, what's my story? What's my story to tell? Thank you so much for your time today. My name is Dr. Melissa Gracious. If you would like to download Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors for free, you may visit my website, melissagracious.com. Gratis is how you spell my last name. I hope you enjoyed today. I really enjoyed speaking with you.
Thank you, Dr. Melissa, and thank you for sharing the story of Captain Corona and the 19 COVID Warriors with us. I thank you all for allowing us into your homes this afternoon,